Your cell phone could be endangering your child's life. Roughly 7 in 10 parents admit they get distracted from parenting by their cell phones, which some admit have led to accidents. More from MarketWatch reporter Catey Hill. Katie, what kind of accidents?
In this survey, no one said exactly what accident, but when I talked to people about it, they said, some parents are texting while they're walking down the street with their child. I mean, usually it's something small, at home, but still, you don't want your kid, falling off the sofa or, getting into a drawer of stuff that he's not supposed to because you're sitting there, texting. And then when you look at other surveys, I mean, they show the same thing. There was a survey of about 6,000 kids released last year, and the kids were saying they felt unimportant when their parents were on their cell phones. One of them observed dinner time in households, and a lot of kids whose parents were on their cell phones started to really kind of freak out at the table and what they called escalating bids for attention. The kids just start yelling and acting up. And so there's, obviously a severe accident is unlikely, but it definitely could happen if you're not paying attention. But more likely your kid feels kind of neglected and, and is really trying to get your attention, and there you are on your phone kind of ignoring them, and that happens quite a bit.
Wow. We're speaking with MarketWatch reporter Catey Hill. Her piece is called Parents, the Number One Reason You Should Get Off Your Cell Phone. I guess, my kids were younger before texting and being on the phone really, really took off, so I can't relate too much. But what is a parent to do then if, say, there's an actual need, or you're working and must use the phone? There
is often an actual need. I'm a parent of a 1-year-old, and I also work, so I sometimes do have to check my email. I like this advice. I talked to a bunch of experts about, what do you do here? Because obviously you have to use your phone at some point. So if your kids are a little bit older and they can understand things, the experts say, ask your kids, hey, excuse me, I've got to go check my phone. But make sure you kind of ask their permission so that they know, it's not just that you're ignoring them. Say, hey, mom has to check her phone. I'm going to do that. Is that okay? The other thing I liked is one of the people said, at dinner time, you should have a basket, and everyone just puts their cell phones in the basket at dinner, and no one checks them throughout dinner. They just go away. But you really have to kind of create boundaries that, you should be asking your kids, hey, excuse me, mom's going to go check my phone for 5 minutes. I'll be right back, or I'm going to go check my email, or just say I need to be excused. But yeah, you shouldn't just constantly, and you kind of have to look at, why are you using your cell phone right now? Is it really because you need to be checking your work email right now, or is it more just, it's kind of a habit. You kind of got to break out of that. But yeah, I think really creating boundaries or saying, phones are always off in our house during dinner and from, 8 to 10 or whatever the rules are. But you got to have rules, create boundaries, and make sure you ask your kids permission before you just jump on your phone and start doing things.
That's interesting. I don't know that I would ask permission, but I think I would at least communicate it out of a courtesy. Right?
Yes.
Like you're at a party, you're networking, and your phone rings. Excuse me, I have to take this.
Right. That's good manners. And you're teaching your kids good manners.